Hi, this is your Houston Chiropractor Dr. Gregory Johnson, and we have Tracy in here with us today, and we're going to have another episode of Yoga Pants and Politics in Texas, because yesterday the Texas Medical Association sent a neurologist by the name of Dr. Austin to go to the Senate and lie and spread false information directly to Senator Colkhurst. And Tristan, my intern, is actually one of her constituents, Senator Colkhurst's constituents, and one of Tristan's friends, what's her name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee works for Senator Colkhurst.
As an intern herself.
As an intern herself. So we need for the Texas Senate to know that the TMA opposing this chiropractic nerve bill is all about turf war and monopoly of healthcare in the state of Texas. The spine houses the spinal cord, and the nerves exit through the vertebrae of the spine, which are 24 freely movable vertebrae in the spine that go out and supply every body part, organ, muscle, tissue, and cell. And that's how our body functions, through neural feedback loops. Even when you're walking and moving, your body is keeping tabs on all that through proprioception, which is a neurological function. You've heard me talk about neuroproprioceptive impulses, afferent and efferent, as we make the adjustments. So chiropractic is neuromusculoskeletal, and I don't care who the TMA sends up there as a neurologist to lie and mislead Texas politicians and legislators. The Texas Medical Association needs to back off of suing the Texas Chiropractic Board of Examiners for trying to limit our scope of practice and monopolize healthcare in the state of Texas. You're a first-time patient here at Advanced Chiropractic Relief, right?
Yes.
And you chose to come here of your own free will, didn't you?
Yep.
I mean, we didn't call you up and say, hey, come see us, right?
No.
So, what would you think about a law in the state of Texas, being a Texas citizen yourself, about you not being able to have that right to come see me, but you would have to go see an MD to get referred to me? How would you feel about that?
No, I wouldn't like that.
It's taking away your constitutional God-given rights.
Yeah, no, I want to be able to choose
Freedom
what I want to
of
choose.
choice,
Yeah.
right? Because you just we talked earlier in your history that you try to stay away from medications and drugs and injections and all that stuff and live a healthy lifestyle.
That's right.
Chiropractic is a healthy lifestyle choice, and it is making people healthier through proper spinal biomechanics and neuromusculoskeletal function. And that's exactly what we do in chiropractic. We've done it since 1895, over 40 years. That's been in our law that we treat nerves here in Texas. And then in the last 10 years, the TMA's been suing us left and right, trying to reduce our scope of practice.
And those lawsuits cost taxpayers money.
Yeah, in fact, there's several $100,000 that has already been spent by the Texas Board of Chiropractic Examiners, which is a state-run organization that
has to fight off these lawsuits.
Yeah, to fight the TMA's lawsuits, and that's an expense to the state of Texas. So we want to urge the senators and representatives of the state of Texas to pay attention to this, because we're not trying to expand our scope. We just want it clarified that we do treat neuromusculoskeletal disorders, because you can't separate the spinal cord and the spinal nerves from the spine, and that's what we treat. The TMA says just musculoskeletal. Well, we're not massage therapists, we're chiropractors. We adjust the vertebral subluxation complex, and that includes a neural component. So I'm going to quit talking politics now, and we're going to get on to chiropractic and yoga pants. Okay, so let's have you relax your arms to your side for me now, and flex your head forward and backwards, Tracy. And then back to neutral. So I've already looked at this, and I already talked about back to neutral. There you go. So I can tell Tracy's a side sleeper because her head's forward and translated over to the right. So biomechanically, she's forward in the Z-axis and she's right on the x-axis. That's a negative SX cervical and a positive SZ cervical. Now down here on her pelvis, and it's great when patients are wearing yoga pants because I get a better look at the biomechanics of the spine. So you can see how she has less room over here on this left side and more room over here. You see that in the mirror? Look in the mirror. See how you see this,
yeah.
and you don't have any room
yeah,
over here?
definitely.
So your pelvis has shifted left on the x-axis. That's a positive SX pelvis. And she's had problems with her neck and upper back tightening up on her. It actually goes out to her shoulders and sometimes down into her right arm and hand. And we call that cervical brachial syndrome. It's also called cervical radiculopathy. And guess what? That is a neurological diagnosis. And I just made it. So throw me in jail, TMA. Because they're going to have to. I'm going to continue to practice chiropractic for the benefit of our patients. I'm not going to succumb to the TMA's whims. Let's go on, you tell me.
But in any other state, you're not having this issue. It's
Yeah,
only in
all other
Texas.
49 states in the entire United States include nerve in the definition of chiropractic. Texas would be the only state that, now that tightened up a little bit right there in your low back and your pelvis, didn't it? Some in your thighs as well.
Guys, yeah.
Now she's got a left SI joint pain right there. Yeah, and then L5 right here. Her whole lumbar spine's flattened out in the lordosis, so she's tight and taut all the way up into her lower thoracics here. She got a little bit of a curvature in her thoracic spine down into her upper lumbar spine. And she's got some ribs out of place right here in her thoracic spine as well. She gets tight shoulders a lot. And that's probably why you gotta feel like you gotta move your neck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really tender, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so you ready for your first adjustment?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna start off adjusting your left SI joint. By the way, wearing yoga pants is much more comfortable to get adjusted in as well, because it's athletic gear. There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Now, Tracy's been to other chiropractors before and had some adjustments just kind of on a generalized basis, but I'm sure she's going to see that. It didn't tighten up as badly, did it? Yeah, imagine that. Alright. Okay, you're going to feel your head popping up a little bit on this one.
Okay.
That's it. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's turn you on your back now, please. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm moving bones that you probably have never had moved like this.
I don't think
yet.
so, no. I don't.
There you go. Slide down this way just a bit, please. A little bit more. There we go. And let's have you put your arms up, out, sideways, palms facing up. And I would like to encourage the chiropractic colleges in the United States and around the world to continue to educate their students on the vertebral subluxation complex and the art of detection and then correction of that by spinal adjustments. You can relax your hands right there and you tell me for me now. Atta girl. Now you should have felt that from your knee all the way up to your pelvis.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
felt it in my lower back.
Let me have this one too.
Oh,
Atta girl.
oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am. In your lower back on that one too?
Now the knee doesn't.
To the pelvis more? Okay,
Maybe a
let's
little
set you
lower
up that way.
Oh,
You're doing great on your first adjustment.
thank you.
Looky there, you're noisy
Oh.
all over. Crack addicts are gonna love you. And
Oh.
that's how you found this too, wasn't it, on YouTube?
Yes.
There we go. Now, there. There we go. There it is, right there. What's that bill number again? 1867?
Sir.
Senate Bill 1867. Senator Colhurst is the chairwoman of the
Health and
Human Services
Committee.
up in Austin. Okay, let's stand here and let me just take a look real quick. Yep. Okay. Look at her already standing up straight in the
Oh,
work.
yeah.
So you got room on both sides
Yeah,
now.
it's more even.
Let's come over here now. Okay, I'm gonna have you lay on your back with your butt right there, head up this way. There you go. That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna pin your pelvic bones down here. It's gonna feel tight. Slide down this way tiny bit. No, just this way. There you go. Good. Okay, this is gonna be putting a squeeze on you. Yep.
Whoa.
Okay, relax there. Just breathe shallowly through your nose. Keep your teeth together. Don't bite your tongue. Just let your legs bend and relax with the table movement. Is that too tight? Yeah. Okay, I'll get down there real quick. So you want to sleep with your legs up parallel with the floor with no pillow. Because you propping your head forward is causing a lot of your neck problems. And sleeping on your side like this too.
Yeah, I do sleep like that.
I know you do. There we go.
No
Okay.
pillow. Wow.
Yep. Now, just breathe through your nose with your left ear.
Oh,
Good girl.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Now, you should have felt that go all the way down to your lower back.
whoa.
Did you?
I
Felt it everywhere,
felt
didn't
it,
you?
yeah.
Oh, you're still kicking. You're all right.
Oh.
Okay, let me have this one. Drop it. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, I got you here too. Let me have you. Tilt right and where you left toe.
Oh.
There you go. Good.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. People don't usually leave here and not know they've been adjusted. Okay. So when you get up, kind of turn sideways and push yourself up with your left arm, bring your legs over. And you always want to set up sideways. You don't ever want to set straight up because flexion is your enemy in all things. Extension is your new best friend besides me.
Okay.
Okay, let's come and stand here in front of the mirror again. So, this adjustment specifically, come back this way about 3 steps, works on neuroproprioceptive afferent impulses that go into the cerebellum that are processed in the cerebellum, come back out as efferent impulses to supply the different muscles and ligaments throughout the body to relearn how to hold this configuration. So I'm going to have you close your eyes again, bend your head forward and backwards for me again. And remember how that felt. That's a little tight there. Now neutral. Okay, so take a look. Your head's up and back more, but it's still a little over to the right. Do you see that? You see your pelvis still a little left compared to the right side. So here's your homework. You're going to lift both your shoulders straight up, pull them back like that. Flare these guys here. Okay, so your head's forward and right? So we're going to bring it back. Translate left. Now your pelvis was shifted left too, so shift that straight right. Way right, as far as you can go. You shift it way over there. Now look at the wall behind you. This is your homework. Can you remember all this?
I think so.
There you go. Okay, now relax. Okay, so this time when you close your eyes and flex your head forward and backward, you tell me if this feels any different to you than the previous one.
Yeah, it feels a little easier.
It feels smoother.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, imagine that. Look at here. Look at the room.
Oh, wow.
And look at your shoulders even now. Your head's right down the middle now. Looking good. So what would you have to share with our YouTube audience and also the Texas legislature about your freedom of choice to choose a healthcare provider you want to see rather than being dictated by the TMA? What would you have to say to our Texas House and Senate about that?
Well, I definitely wouldn't want to go through an MD to have to go to a chiropractor. I'd want to
They
just
wouldn't refer you here in the first place.
No, I actually want to do my own research, look at different options, reviews, all that,
Yeah.
and make my own choice about where I want to go.
Yeah. We're Americans. That's our constitutional and God-given right
Yeah.
to do that.
And it would just be an extra step too, unnecessary.
Well, it's unnecessary. The TMA just wants to control all the healthcare and dollars in the state of Texas in healthcare, so that's the bottom line. Well, thank you for doing this YouTube video with us today.
Thank you.
This is your Houston Chiropractor Dr. Gregory Johnson coming to you from Advanced Chiropractic Relief in Houston, Texas, where we continually talk about yoga pants and politics. We'll see y'all soon.